1 and 2.
Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Paul Calabria. This is Habsolutely coming to you live from downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario. I'm here with my co-host,
Jean-Louis Filion.
That's right, Jean-Louis Filion, on this beautiful, beautiful day in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. And
C'est magnifique aujourd'hui.
It's beautiful. And I'm rocking if you didn't see, I'm rocking my Rocket jersey.
Laval Rockets.
The Laval Rocket.
And I see the Toronto Marlies. They won the Calder Cup.
Yes, they did. They won the Calder Cup this year. I was hoping Laval would, but without Fowler in goal, they couldn't do it.
Could have been in our grass.
Yeah, but that's just what happened.
That's a transitioning of moving from the small team to the big team and trying to make both going concerns work.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on with the window there?
I think you have some guests. Kind of like the Black Crows are like,
do we have
hanging out there? They're sitting down and having a little...
we have paparazzi out here. Look at this. A
little chit-chat.
Yeah, we have paparazzi smoking a joint. That's what they're doing out there. Okay, well, whatever. We are in downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, where...
we're in Canada, period.
Where anything can happen at any time in downtown. That's why we got to love downtown. Although we're moving to a new studio soon, so we might not be here. Okay, John, let's get into Habsolutely, show number 188.
Wow.
The rumors are flying.
About Habsolutely?
No, about who the Montreal Canadiens are going to pick up, and everyone but Carnage, our Prime Minister, wants to play for the Habs. Even he wants to play for the Habs.
Sure
we don't want him.
I'm sure he does.
We don't want him, but
we might have a guy named Trudeau play, but
and ETU is in full effect with nobody sure who's coming to the Habs. Nobody knows who's leaving the Habs. It's all just up in the air right now. And ETU means expect the unexpected. That's our saying. We've patented it.
To me, we're on holidays.
Yeah, really. That's about it. So we don't know. Anything's a possibility. We might even be going with what we have, John.
Well, we know one thing, and that is that Brendan Gallagher will be leaving.
Yeah, Gallagher's going to go. Liney is going to go. I give a 90% chance to Montembeault going. But, we don't know. I mean, who knows? We might have the same lineup next year. I don't know. But there's so much stuff going on right now. And on the other side of the coin, there's nothing going on.
Absolutely. And we know, we believe, from what we've heard, is that Hudson and Caulfield want to stay in Canada.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing, too, because a lot of Americans want to go to the U.S. who are playing for Canadian teams. Hellebuck, what's his name? Chuck already went to Florida. So, yeah, our Americans want to stay in Canada and play for the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, that's because they're playing in Montreal.
That's right. Montreal Canadian.
I mean, it's
not like Canada.
Not only are they playing for the Canadiens, they're playing in the best city in Canada, La Ville de Montréal.
By far. By far. So I guess we would be remiss if we didn't mention that Carey Price made the Hockey Hall of Fame a few days ago.
Well deserved, Monsieur Price.
Yeah, you take this away, John, because I don't understand why he made it, but you certainly do. So you talk about it. I'm going to listen to all the reasons why he should have made it.
So I mean, Carey had a historical career. He was like a premier backstop for the Keep the Canadien. He's probably in the top 5, I guess, all-time goaltenders who have played, who've worn the Bleu Blanc et Rouge. And as well, he's served the team so well in the COVID playoffs, sacrificing his body to try and win a Stanley Cup for the Montreal Canadiens, who that season had finished 18th overall in the NHL and got to the finals. What an amazing team. And that says a lot about a team and what a team can do. I mean, if you're in the NHL, anything can happen. And then it's a matter of lots of different things, things happening, people being injured or whatever. But you still have the opportunity that if you put your game together, you can win.
And there you go.
And that's what I love about hockey right now.
So there you go. Carey Price in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I mean, Shea Weber went in last year.
Yeah.
And now Carey Price this year. It continues that whole legacy of playing for the L'Équipe de Canadienne, of how special it is to be on this team.
That's the truth. That's the truth. So there you go. That's why Carey Price made it into the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm at a loss for why, but John certainly knows why. And John was a goaltender, so he understands more than I do.
Carey Price always gave the team the opportunity to win. And that was a key. I mean, and you know, the goaltender can't put the puck in the net.
Nope.
It's a very rare occasion, but he can keep it out.
There you go.
And that was what Carey always did, was keep enough pucks out to give the Canadians an opportunity to win.
Congratulations to Carey Price. Another one of our Hall of Famers, and there's so many for Montreal. It's unbelievable. Who has the most players in the Hockey Hall of Fame? It's got to be Montreal.
We
got to be, right?
Let's find out the number. That's a nice little trivia. A secondary trivia.
Doofus
question.
Rex.
Exactly.
That's for Doofus Rex right there. But I think if they looked it up, it would be Montreal Canadiens have the most players in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I would think so.
Okay, viewer comments at Christian Pilon.
Oui.
He has one word for us.
Oui.
Excellent.
What a nice comment. Seriously. I mean, I looked at that and it was like,
excellent.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the fact that you appreciate what we do.
Yeah, really.
We try to do something special for all of our listeners. Try to bring originality and foresight and thoughtfulness and consideration to the show and about the Habs.
We love our viewers.
Oh,
let's face it.
For sure.
We love our viewers. At Drew Deeks.
Oui, Monsieur Deeks.
Hey, Monsieur Deeks, where have you been by the G's? Hey, he says, no show on free agency. Kidding. Canada first. And that's right. We won't be doing a show next week on Canada Day. We are taking the day off. And then we are going to watch Free Agents Frenzy and report back to it to you on July the 8th. Although John said he's not going to be here.
I'm going to be temporarily out of action.
Out of service.
It's time to get a hip replacement.
Uh-oh. So we're going to miss John for a few weeks here. I don't know how many. We'll see how he makes out with his hip replacement. It could be 3 weeks. It could be 6 weeks. It could be 3 months. I don't know.
I'll be under the knife on the 8th.
On the 8th. So, I mean, yeah. So good luck with that. I mean,
Merci beaucoup. And I'm really looking forward to it. I had my left hip replaced in 2016. It was very successful. And now the right hip is telling me it's time to go. So I can't wait to get it done and then move on and keep moving.
Young man have old hip.
You know, so, I mean, it would be challenging to go to the Bell Center right now, and especially like in a playoff situation where you're trying to wade through maybe 30,000 people to get into the building because of the excitement during the playoffs. But once I get this hip corrected and I can actually function properly, then bring it on, Habs. Bring it on. Give me the opportunity to do such.
Yeah, we call him Step and a Half right now, so... There you go. So I won't be here on the 15th because you never know. Sometimes I take all my equipment with me, and sometimes I broadcast remotely. I broadcasted a show from St. Pete Beach in Florida in March. So I take my stuff. You never know. I might get the urge to set up and do a nice show. We'll see what happens by then. But July 8th for sure I'll be here, and we'll be talking about free agency and what happened and where we're going after that. So just looking ahead for you guys, where the shows are going to go. At Gary Cornwallis. Good day, boys. Good day, Gary. I've been away from hockey since the Habs got eliminated. For me, the finals were a disappointment. Well, I think all of us were a little bit disappointed, although we were happy they got as far as they did. I mean, we were close. But yeah, it was disappointing after beating two great teams, Tampa and Buffalo, and then, kind of
it was a very tough series, because
very tough.
We won that first game, very simply, and it looked like everything was like great.
Yeah, and he says that the Habs could have taken Vegas to the cleaners, and you know what? I said the same thing. I think the Habs, if they played Vegas, would have beat them. In my opinion, the Habs are way ahead of schedule for cup contention, Gary says. It took Carolina 10 years to get to that point. Hughes and Gorton will be busy this offseason to improve the team. You got to strike while the iron is hot.
I think that says a lot about the players who are on Stanley Cup winning teams. It has a lot to do with the fact that they've had playoff experience.
It helps. It definitely helps.
Definitely,
because you know what it takes.
Means a lot.
Like we got through one round 2 years ago. Now we got through two rounds this time. I mean, you know.
Well, we went to the first round and lost 2 years ago. We got to the third round and lost this time around.
So
a few more players were on the team that didn't experience the playoffs. So that's a good thing. The core is now starting to really has the gist of what is involved to win. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next year when we do get into the playoffs and how the core reacts. Because we had some challenges with the first line.
Yeah, organically, as the players go through these tougher playoff series and games, they're going to get better at it. They're going to know what it takes because now they've been there, they've done it. 2 7-game series against 2 tough teams, and then they died in the third series. But that's fine because these are growing pains.
What a dramatic improvement in our goaltending situation.
Yes, right there. That's a big plus.
Even the way Dobish was approaching games and his concentration level, it just went like sky high through the roof.
Now, Gary Cornwoye has a question for us.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I love Arbor Jackeye, but do you think he's gone as far as he can with the Habs? And that's a great question.
It's a very good question.
Very good question because I love Arbor Jackeye, and I think we need him on the team, and I think we need his brother Florian too because we need that grit. But Marty really didn't give Arbor a great chance. He sat him out, and then when he did put him in, he played 1 minute, 2 minutes. I think a guy like that has got to play more minutes and really get his mind into the game and do what he's got to do because he can be a factor. And same with Florian Jackeye. He could be that bottom 6 player that we need that's tough in the corners and everything else. So I would love to see them stay. I don't know if they will or not. If you just go by what Marty's doing with them, I would say no, they're going to be gone. But I think Hugo, that's Hughes and Gorton. Hugo, I call him. Hugo. I combine them.
They're the boss. They're the boss.
Yeah, Hugo. I think they might see a little bit more in the Jackeyes than Marty does. We'll see. I mean, if the right deal comes along, they'll be gone. I'll tell you that right now. We know that.
Well, anything can happen.
A2.
If you're trying to pick up a certain player and the player that you want, the other team is demanding to have Jackeye be part of the trade, that becomes consideration at that point.
So be it.
But what I do believe is that if Jackeye is with the team in training camp, it will be totally up to him to show that he has developed and improved his defensive play.
True.
Okay, so I think the most important thing for Jackeye is the D zone right now. I mean, Jackeye actually has quite a good shot.
Yeah, like 95 miles an hour.
Yeah. So he can deliver that puck from the blue line. Okay? He can jump into the play when needed in the O-zone. He can lead the team in hits. Those are 3 very important things to contributing to the success of a hockey team. But being a defenseman, can he live up to D-zone play?
Yeah, see, the thing with penalties. Yeah, the thing with it is you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. So Jackeye can't be all over. He's got to know where he should be and be there, and then move up and play that forward game if he gets a chance. But he's got to know when because you don't want to get caught.
Jack Guy's not.
He's not Hudson.
No, he's not Hudson, but he doesn't seem to get caught. It's just that his D zone play has to improve.
A little bit loose.
Okay, and then the other thing is he got a lot of penalties, especially the first half of the year, that were not necessarily good penalties.
Yeah, he got in the doghouse.
Definitely. But he can put the puck in the net from the blue line.
Yeah, he can, and I'd like to see it. My opinion, Gary, is I would like to see the Habs keep him and make him a big part of the D. But having said that, Marty, we know Marty. He is not hot on Jack Guy at all.
I think the onus is on Jack Guy. And you know how we talk all about player development in the summer and 3-on-3 hockey, and Susie's always hitting the ice. Demi Dov is out. With his the draft choice from Russia. Playing hockey in Montreal. Jack Guy's got to have a summer where he spends some time on the ice with somebody who can help him develop that D zone game.
That'd be good. That would help his case a lot. Zarkovsky. Yep, he's back. Yeah, he's over here. So for him, Gary says, for me, Gooley might be sacrificed to get his 2C. You trade from a power of strength, and the D core is filled with good players. Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, anything can happen. Anybody can be gone, really, except our core players. If we find a really good guy that we want to bring for a second center, because we need that. That's what they're looking for, and that's what we saw in the playoffs. So if that happened and Gooley went, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
And again, Kapanen, how will he fit in the training camp?
Well, yeah, he had a tremendous season playing center on the second line,
for a rookie, he was great.
He died in the playoffs. I mean, he sat out a lot. So there's a lot of different dynamics going on. What are they doing? Cuckoo! Oh, our fan club just left, screaming and yelling at herself.
Sorry, we couldn't let you into the control room today.
Yeah.
It's a minor disappointment.
All cracked up and nowhere to go. That's I seen there's an album back in the day from who did that, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Traffic or somebody? I don't know. Who was it?
I really don't know, but it does sound very familiar.
Oh, as for the quiz, RHP was the answer. That's right. Sauce was the answer of our last quiz. Keep up the great work, guys, and may the force be with the Habs. Great things are happening. Well, I would change that word to happening, but great things are happening for the Habs. And I agree. We're on the way. It's just a matter of those tweaks that Hugo are going to make, and we don't know what they're going to be because there's so many names flying around with everybody trying to guess what they're going to do. But you know what?
Now we're into that mode of patience.
Yep.
We have to have patience. Enjoy your summer. Go out and enjoy the weather, enjoy your family, do some nice things. And come September, we'll be ready to have training camp and everything will start to go into motion.
Yeah, and we're probably at like 100 days from game day. Season opener. We're not that far away. 110 days maybe. So,
but now you have the weather. Enjoy the weather.
Yep.
And take advantage of it, and then you'll be able to hunker down and watch Le Keep the Canadian. If you don't watch all your games on CBC, then you'll be okay.
There you go. And we have coming up next
Habsolutelys Trivia.
Absolutely Trivia. That's right. Okay, this is easy now. Everybody should get this one.
Good.
I'm making them easy because everybody says they're too hard. They're not getting them, and I'm going back to the days when Knights were bold, way back when. But today I'm keeping it pretty current. We're going back to February 23rd, 2022.
Huh.
That's in recent history.
Sounds like Paul Brockwell's birthday.
Is it? It could be.
Very close.
Brockwell. But on that date, February 23rd, 2022, One of our Habs players scored on his first career penalty shot in a Habs 4-1 win over the Buffalo Sabres. 4-0 win. A shutout.
Wow.
So my question to all you was, who was our Habs player that scored on his first career penalty shot on February 23rd, 2022 in a Habs big 4-0 win over the Buffalo Sabres?
Was the game in Montreal or Buffalo?
It was in the Bell Center.
Wow. So
I'll give you 4 choices.
Perfect.
It's not going to help you much.
Okay.
Number 1, Cole Caulfield.
And a very good candidate.
Number 2, Owen Beck. I remember he had that breakaway.
I don't think Owen Beck did that.
He had a penalty shot though. He did. 3, Zhurov Slavkovsky. Slav baby. Number 4, Nick Suzuki.
Wow, it's like the top line.
Good luck, everybody. You either know this or you don't.
The top line. I mean, I got
Cole Caulfield, Owen Beck, Slavkovsky, or Suzuki.
I don't know it, but I've got to take number 1, CC. I'm curious as to who the goaltender was that recorded the shutout. Was it Monty or Allen?
Well, there's a Doofus Rex.
Another trivia.
Built-in trivia into the question.
Exactly.
That we promised Doofus Rex we would always do. So that's a good question.
There you go.
Very good question. So who was it, you guys? Who scored that penalty shot, his first penalty shot, and his first goal on a penalty shot? Cole Caulfield, Owen Beck, Zhurov Slavkovsky, or Nick Suzuki? John is saying Cole Caulfield, which would make sense. I mean, he's one of our most prolific scorers.
For sure, and he's a guy who would be going to the net and would definitely get hacked. So
Doofus Rex, Vinny Houdon, Muffin Mouse, Habs for life, Gary Cornoyer, Christian Pilon. What do you guys think? The correct answer is number 4, Nick Suzuki.
Susie.
Scored it on Doofus Rex trivia. Goalie Craig Anderson for the Buffalo Sabres. Suzuki was hooked while in all alone. He was hooked by Dylan Cousins, then a center with the Buffalo Sabres. Suzuki was breaking down the left wing, stepped around Cousins, and Cousins gave him the hook. The referee said this, then that.
Definitely worth the penalty.
Penalty shot in front of 20,000 plus Habs fans at the Bell Center. Oh, how exciting. How exciting. Susie had 2 goals and an assist in that game, with Caulfield adding a goal and an assist. Ben Chariot adding an assist. Remember him? Jake Evans getting a goal, and with Rem Pitlick also adding an assist. So
wow,
there's some names there that you haven't heard for a while. And you know what's really funny? That's only like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's only 3 or 4 years ago. That's how much our team has changed since those days. And I'm going to name some of the players in that team. So it was Nick Suzuki was the answer. A couple of factoids.
Okay.
Coach Dominic Ducharme for half the season, who was then fired in favor of our current coach, Martin St. Louis. Assistant coaches, Alexander Burrows, Trevor Lekowski, Luke Richardson. And now Luke Richardson was the guy I thought they were going to pick to be coach, because he coached the Habs in the season before where we went to the finals. And before Ducharme had COVID or a heart attack or something. And Luke Richardson, and the guys loved him. So I thought for sure he was going to be the coach when they got rid of Ducharme. He can't speak French. By the G's.
C'est dommage pour tout.
Yep, c'est dommage. So they got Marty St. Louis. So he coached half the season. Assistant coaches were it was Luke Richardson, and then goalie coach was Eric Raymond. And video coach Mario LeBlanc. Goalie situation. You were talking about
Right.
that. Doofus Rex. It was fluid that year with Jake Allen getting 35 games.
Yep.
Sammy Montembeault getting 38 games.
Mm-hmm.
Caden Primo.
Right.
The real CP.
8 or 10 games?
He got 12 games. So you're right on the money. The real CP. Caden Primo. Carey Price getting 5 games.
Unbelievable. Come on. He played?
5 games.
Unbelievable.
And Andrew Hammond getting 4 games. And a guy named Michael McNiven getting a game. So they were throwing everybody in.
He was the Zamboni driver.
Jake Allen posted the best record for the games he played.
Jake Allen was solid. Solid goal.
.905 save percentage with a goals against average of 3.30 for the 38 games he played. Not too shabby. A little high on the goals against.
Jake, I mean, well, he was playing for the Habs. I don't think they did well that year.
No.
And so you have to give him that benefit, number one. And number two, Jake Allen, like I say, I mean, he played his heart out for a team, and he did everything that was asked of him and more.
He did. I will give him that. Now, the goaltender that night. The goaltender that night who got the shutout in the 4-0 win over Buffalo was Sammy Montembeault. And this was Sammy's first NHL career shutout.
I'm sure.
And Habs' 4th win in a row.
Excellent.
Sacre bleu.
And that's when people are going, Montembeault.
Oh, Montembeault. Yes, they were yelling Montembeault. And also, Nick Suzuki, his first penalty shot goal in a 4-0 drubbing of the Buffalo Sabres on February 23rd, 2022. There you have Habsolutely trivia. And I hope you got it. I don't know if you got it or not. I don't know if I would have got that one because I really didn't know. And I would have probably did what John did, turned to Cole Caulfield as my solid bet.
Exactly.
Although I would have been considering Owen Beck as a red herring because he did have a penalty shot. Remember, he's trying to get his first goal.
Yeah.
And he went in on the penalty shot.
Took him some time to get that first goal.
Took him some time to get that first goal. One was called back, and then he went in and on a breakaway, and he missed. So, yeah. But it was.
But I mean, think about it.
Good old Nick Suzuki, our captain.
3 goals from the first line.
Yeah, there you go.
Win. So
the past week with the Habs. Now, there's not much going on except rumors and innuendo. Swarovski's having a ball in Habs land. He was on the ice with Demidov, and Demidov was showing him around the town. Took him out for dinner with Demidov's girlfriend, Swarovski, and they're taking pictures in Montreal. So I'm sure the kid is thrilled beyond belief. And then Nick Suzuki shows up. Gets on the ice, so I'm sure Swarovski's really going like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is how Montreal is. I don't even think maybe the kid's never even been out of Russia. Who knows?
What do you think? Far cry.
Unless he got in some junior hockey tournaments somewhere, but unbelievable that he's there and he's enjoying it. He looks happy, and I think we're going to see him sooner than later skating with the Montreal Canadiens. I believe they said he's going back to the KHL.
That's my understanding. He has one more season in the KHL.
Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year there. He's got one more season, and when their season ends, and it usually ends earlier than the NHL, we may see him floated over for a few games, which would be pretty cool. It would
be a great idea to bring him in for playoff experience.
So basically, the Habs are out there skating, which is really, really good to see that they're back and they're into the game. They're not just going to take away the summer and fritter it away, monkeying around. These guys are real, and I'm really surprised Lane Hudson isn't there. As soon as he read that, he probably hopped on the next plane or wherever he is because you know him.
You know what? You got to have a holiday.
You got to have a break.
You need to rest your body.
Even us.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what's going to happen to me over the next couple of months is I'm going to be resting up to get back into shape.
Well, you'll be itching to get here. As soon as you can move, you'll probably be back in. As soon as you can move comfortably, right? Got to get out that ice machine.
Comfortably numb.
Gotta get out that ice machine.
Yeah, I hear a lot about these ice machines. I gotta check it out.
You gotta check it out. And as long as you're not so hooped up on opioids and you're not sitting out front of the window here yelling and screaming.
I'll be coming down here, and there'll be no studio, but I'll get.
Where's Willie?
But I'll have painkillers.
Where's Willie?
Right, I'll have painkillers.
Yeah. But I think the crew's already filtering back in. We're going to see more and more of them as we get through July, and we have these 3-on-3 tournaments. We have the Prospect Challenge, and there's all kinds of things going on for the summer.
3-on-3 hockey is a lot of fun.
And we're only what? Yeah, we're into July, so July, August.
Well, we'll be into July in a week.
Yeah, and September is when they start all the training and post pre-games. And
today's a pretty big day for Canada. It's almost like a Canada Day today.
Oh yeah,
because
what's going on?
The World Cup is going on.
Oh brother!
And Canada is
most boring thing ever.
Canada has a team that's playing today.
Oh yeah,
they're playing Switzerland in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Oh wow!
So it will be a focus. There'll be a lot of parties at 3 p.m. today across Canada, in cities and little alcoves, and communities of Canadians getting together to cheer on their team.
Is that when it starts? The game, 3:00?
3:00 today.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
3 p.m. our time, noon in Vancouver.
Oh, I'm gonna be busy at 3:00 today.
Good idea. Yeah, because
I'm gonna be busy. I won't be able to watch, unfortunately.
But
like I would.
A lot of Canadians will.
Yeah, a lot of Canadians will.
And it will be kind of reminiscent of what we were seeing going on in La Belle Province maybe about 4 weeks ago when the Habs were making their playoff run.
Yeah. Crazy. Inside and outside of the Bell Center. It was insane.
Insane.
So that's really all that's going on. There's not a lot going on. I mean, I don't see Hudson, Slav, or Caulfield being far behind these guys on the ice now, flying around. They all want to. They've probably already been there. Mitzarovsky, Zarkovsky.
They're in the United States of America, and they're waiting to celebrate July the 4th.
And then they'll be over. They got to meet the phenom.
Once they get past July the 4th, then they'll be ready to come back to good old Montreal. But in saying that, I mean, here are two guys who have been a little bit of the talk in the NHL because they're Americans who do not want to go and play for American teams. They've intentionally signed long-term contracts to be with the Montreal Canadiens. And
that's true.
And they've signed contracts that were reasonable.
Yes.
With the intent that it would allow keep the Canadian to have cap room to procure better players, opportunities that may come along with free agency to improve the overall depth of the team and to lead it into a Stanley Cup.
That sure has come in handy because we saw the other team up the highway here blow $50 million on about 4 players, right? Whereas, for our 4 players, we're not even at $40 million.
And you've mentioned there are some prospects out there right now who are approaching free agency and they're looking for astronomical amounts of money. And a lot of, fans are thinking, wouldn't it be great if that player could play for the Montreal Canadiens? But that kind of player, I don't think, fits the profile of what we term a successful candidate to play on our team, to support the culture that we're cultivating.
No, that's true. I mean, there's a lot more to playing for the Montreal Canadiens than just having talent. We've seen that. We've seen what's going on with Montreal. And it has a lot to do with, like you said, and we've been saying this, or John has, for 3 years, culture.
But you make a good point when you say talent. We have a lot of talent in our system.
We do.
And what we're doing is patiently developing that talent. And I mean, I think we struck it rich this past year from having a team that was eliminated after 5 games in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs to going to the 3rd round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And that I think the team went further than maybe everyone expected. And it said a lot for the maturity of the team, but it also says a lot for the plan that we are definitely on the right path.
Yeah, so Habs going forward. Last week, the flavor of the week was Mason McTavish. Everybody was talking about Mason McTavish coming to the Habs and blah blah blah. He still hasn't gone anywhere. So you know, ETU, expect the unexpected from Hugo. This week, the flavor of the week is Jason Robertson from the Dallas Stars. People talking about this left wing playing for Dallas who turned down an 8-year, $96 million extension from Dallas because he wants $14 million a year. Same as his agent landed for his other star, Leon Draisaitl. But there's no way Hugo's going to give the guy $14 million. He won't go for this. That's not the way he operates. It's just the flavor of the week. People have to talk about stuff. This is what they're talking about. We do need a second line center. This guy's a left wing. And we need a number 1D as well. They're looking for. This guy's in defense, so he doesn't fit in any of that profile. He's he wants way too much. He did get 45 goals, 51 to 6, 96 points last year, played all 82 games. They're legit numbers. He's 6'3", 204. And so basically,
he's good size.
Yeah, he does kind of fit in the profile.
But the price, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like that's what I think too. I'm with you on that one. You know, like the price is way out of whack.
How old is he?
I think he's 26.
So the age is good.
Yeah, the age is good. The age is good. But 96 million he turned down? I mean, seriously.
Well,
that's a heck of an offer.
He obviously has an idea of where he wants to go.
Yeah, and it's not to stay with Dallas, but
it's not Dallas.
Well, the thing is, somebody could whip in an offer sheet for $14 million and have to give up draft picks and all that. But if nobody makes an offer, then Dallas says, he just stays in limbo. And if he hasn't signed some kind of extension, even for a year or anything with Dallas by December 1st, then he's a free agent.
And that could happen.
He has to sit out the rest of the year, and then he becomes a UFA.
Yeah.
And there was somebody who did that on Buffalo. Somebody did that on Buffalo that one time. Was it it was LaFontaine?
It was the captain, I think. Was it LaFontaine? Yeah.
Was it LaFontaine? It could have been one of those guys. But we've seen this before. This isn't anything that's unusual. It's happened before. These guys overplay their hand. I mean, even what's his name did it for Toronto. Riley. What's his name?
Morgan Riley?
No, not Morgan Riley. The Swedish guy or whatever. That's the guy who played the Nylander. That's one thing.
Oh, Nylander, yeah.
He sat out and he came back in December when he had to sign a contract. So we'll see what happens with this kid, but that's a lot of do-re-mi, and I just don't see us buying into that as Habs. I just don't see it. I know they're talking about him, and everybody's excited that, but I don't see Hugo going down that road. I don't know. Maybe what do you guys think out there in TV land? I don't know.
I mean, the team has been very successful with the program of drafting players and bringing them online. So I think we'll continue to do that. When we see what I think Hughes considers a bargain, as well as somebody that actually fits the profile of the team, like a New Hook, he'll definitely consider that. I mean, the contribution New Hook made to the team in the playoffs during the second round, as well as the later half of the season once he got healthy, was remarkable. And this is a guy who's committed to playing for the team. He's not asking for outrageous money as well. So he helps the team as far as cap room goes. And he became a leader, like in the dressing room.
Yeah, in the playoffs for sure. He was aces.
If Hughes sees a player like that, he's more than willing to go and make a trade for a player as such.
I think some of the trades last week are going to have a big effect on the Habs. I mean, Hugo, they're sitting back and they're watching these trades. We saw Radish go to the Toronto Maple Leafs, which shores up their D, and they're looking for more players. And we saw Tkachuk go to the Florida Panthers from Ottawa. It puts Florida, as far as I'm concerned, back in the mix this year. I mean, they had 3 years where they went to the finals. They won 2 Stanley Cups. Last year, there's a lot of injuries, and they were a little bit tired. So they made this trade, and I think that kind of puts them back in the mix. And when you look at the East, how tight it was, one player like this could make a difference between making the playoffs and not making them, especially when you're only 4 or 5 games out.
The East is a very tight division, but I believe we see that teams like Toronto, Tampa Bay, and Florida are aging teams.
They are.
And we are not.
They're getting long in the tooth.
We are not as yet. And yet, I mean, we could have easily been in the finals. We were like a crossbar and a goalpost away. So
yeah, right on.
So I think we're in a better trajectory than those teams. Those teams are trying to capitalize on what they have, the talent that they have at the moment, and it's more of an immediate situation for them to win. Where we are still building for 6 cups in 10 years or something to that effect.
Yeah, what I really like, though, about these moves by these other teams is it really puts the focus on the needs for Montreal and the players that are left out there to work with, right, to see if you can pick up. And like I say, we know from watching Hugo that they're not making any wild moves. You're not going to see them moving Caulfield for somebody or anything like that. I think you're going to see them holding the line because you got to remember, we have a lot of players that we've got on board, including Hage and Pickford, and the ones in Laval are really great. I'm wearing my Laval sweater here today, but we've got Owen Beck, Kapanen, who sat out the playoffs, so he's going to be looking for his place back next year. Reinbacher, Dauphine, who led the Laval Rocket in scoring this year. Dalziel, who led the Laval Rocket in goals this year. Florian Jacki, who's a gritty, tough player. Engstrom, who was up with Montreal but sat out a lot. Some big guys like Luke Took and Tyler Thorpe. He's 6'5", Tyler Thorpe. People are supposed to be able to turn to. Marty never really brought a lot up at the end when we were looking like we had no legs, but they're all gonna at some point be looked at really closely come training camp and see if any of them can fit in. I mean, they've had a few years now with the Laval Rocket under good coaching, Pascal Vincent, who we lost, by the way. But still, there's some opportunity there for those players now.
Definitely. And for me, my top 3 candidates are Reinbacher.
Yeah, definitely.
Who we drafted overall, I think, 5th or 7th.
I think we 5th or something. I think he was even sooner.
We may have moved him up, yeah.
I think he was even sooner.
Zarovsky.
Didn't even mention him.
Who we know was Rookie of the Year in the KHL last year, but we also believe he won't even be in the NHL next year.
Right.
And Hage, who is a proven player in the NCAA as well as for Team Canada, the under-18s.
Yes.
And again, who will be playing one more year of NCAA hockey. So of the top 3 candidates that I believe who are going to be core players for the Montreal Canadiens when they make the big cup run, they're only one of them may actually play for the Habs next year.
And you know what's really funny about what you just...
And he'll be like really a rookie. I think he still has rookie status, but I'm not sure.
Who's that?
Reinbacher. I don't know if he still has rookie status or not.
Yeah, he sure does. I don't think he's played enough games in the NHL yet to not be a rookie.
So, I mean, think about that, So everybody's anxious for us to be finding these players. We need this, we need that. This core will, at one point, I think, be playing with, Ceci, Susie, Slav, Hudson, Demidoff, and I don't know who else. But that's the main 5. Adding on those 3 takes us to 8, and then we have to fill out another 10.
And you know what the really
and that's without talking about New Hook. Or,
oh yeah,
or Kapanen, or
Bolduc,
exactly.
Doc.
You got it exactly. So
there's a lot of stuff that has to be taken a look at.
That's right.
But the weird thing about all that is, as much as we're looking forward for them to come to Montreal, there's a lot of chatter about them being included in a trade for that second line center that we need. When we're looking at a McTavish or one of these other guys, Robertson or whoever we're looking at.
Well, who was the guy from Toronto that they were considering bringing in for the
Nice? Knees. Yeah, so whenever you look at those players, I mean, there's Hage, there's Arofsky. They've all been talked about being part of some kind of a package. So as much as we're looking forward to seeing them come to Montreal, and we really are, I mean, let's face it.
I am. But and I believe they will, because I believe that's really Hugo's system. Again,
I agree.
You can always have a two. Something remarkable could land in front of you from a trade opportunity, and you will you'll take advantage of it.
If it's a big enough deal, for sure, it favors us.
But it's going to be a candidate that fits in with the culture of the team. That's the key. A candidate that fits in with the culture of the team. That's what Demidov does, and that's why you have this guy Zarkovsky is over here, because he's being cultivated to, like, is this where you want to spend your career? This is the opportunity. This is what you'll enjoy. This is what we'll deliver. Are you ready to accept?
Yeah, exactly. And he's getting a taste of it now, which is really good. And we talked to Owen Beck. We interviewed him, right? And when he went to Montreal, he said the first guy that came up to him was Nick Suzuki, and they invited him out for dinner with the players. And it was just fantastic. And that's the kind of experience that's awesome for hockey players when they get into a new city and start meeting the big guys.
And when we talk about this team in 2 years' time, when we do bring on this next three core that I believe are the next three core players for the hockey team, that might be a time when Owen Beck is a fourth line center.
Yes, he could well be.
He could be seasoned enough from playing in Laval that now he's ready to play in the NHL. He knows what his role will be. He's tuned himself for that specific position, and could easily be a third or fourth line center.
Yeah, for sure. Now, last year, I thought our Achilles heel was goaltending. And for the first half of the season, it really was, until Marty got it out of his hard head that Montembeault is a starter. And once he got that out of his head, started playing Dobish, we started to fly at the end of the season and in the playoffs. So I think our goaltending problems are solved for now. I think Fowler is as good as Dobish. And I think we have a good goaltending tandem going into this year, at least to start out the year. I think that's solved.
And I think we have three other goalies in the system that are available that all are very good prospects.
Well, the one guy in Russia is supposed to be phenomenal.
I feel good about that situation.
Yeah, me too.
What'll be the most it'll be very interesting to see how well Dobish plays next year in an 84 game. Is it scheduled? Is it 84 next year?
Are they going to 84 now?
Maybe not. It's soon, though.
They want to expand the league. I think it's still at 82. So let's see about that.
In an 82 game schedule, how he performs playing the majority of the games, whether they platoon, whether at one point will Fowler start in the AHL, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
in that respect,
I think Fowler's up. It's going to be Fowler and thing. Montembeault, I think, will be gone by the time the season starts. That's the way I look at it. And so now this year, my main concern, and I know people are going to crucify me for this, is coaching. That's one of my main concerns going into the new season.
You're talking about Laval.
No, I'm talking about Marty St. Louis. Mental Marty, I call him.
Oh. Well,
I just don't still don't have a lot of faith in this guy. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't be worried about it.
I don't know why either.
Maybe I shouldn't worry about it.
Marty is kind of just like, got a guy like Cole Caulfield. I mean, he came in, I think he scored scored 3 goals in his first 2 games in the AHL.
Yes.
And I don't think he's ever played in the AHL since.
No, he hasn't.
He went to the Habs, and he started putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, him and Marty saw eye to eye.
Literally. And so you have these guys who played hockey. CC is, becoming a goal scorer. He had a little bit of a run, I think maybe first or second season where he got a little cold at one point, but then he obviously last year was his year to shine, and he put 51 pucks in the net. But he had a tough playoff, or what people considered a tough playoff. So there's a lot on his shoulders going into next year as well. Expectations of a 50-goal season, because there are guys whose names are hanging in the rafters who had multiple 50-goal seasons, and they're going to want to say, well, CC wanted these people. When those people were playing for us, we were cup contenders. We were winning cups 3, 4, 5 years in a row. So is this what we have? So he's going to have a little bit, it'll be interesting to see how his season goes. And I think Marty's in the same kind of aspect. He's taken the team from getting into the playoffs to losing in the first round of the playoffs to losing in the third round of the playoffs. Where's Marty going to go next year?
Should I start singing To Sir With Love? He's taken them from crayons to perfume.
So where's he going to be in the picture, just like CC?
Well, I think organically Marty's going to be better. I think he's learned a lot from these playoffs. I think he's going to be better as he goes. I mean, he seems to be following that trend. Let me put it that way.
When you talk about him and Montembeault,
do I have to?
No, you do.
Oh, okay.
He was sitting high on Monty
yes.
during the first half of the season.
Yes.
When we had a different goalie coach.
Yes.
And when we replaced our goalie coach with the gentleman who brought Dobas through Laval, things changed.
What was his name? Marcioni? Something like that.
Dobas started to get a little more ice time.
Yes.
And became much more successful. We went on a second half win streak.
Yeah.
That maybe only the Sabres did better than we did. And it was encouraging to see. I think Marty, if he's a good head coach, is going to allow his assistant coaches to participate and be responsible for productivity within the team in its development. And that's what he's done with that goalie coach. That's what a good head coach needs.
Good assistance.
And definitely, it's the team. You don't win by yourself. It just doesn't happen.
There's no I in team.
Okay.
In time there is, but not team.
But that's where we're at with Marty St. Louis.
Yep. And we've seen a lot of predictions here of what's going to happen with players. They're throwing every player's name that even is breathing in the NHL and could not be playing for the same team at Montreal. They're interested. But the bottom line is that's pretty well a useless exercise. I mean, it's fun to sit here for the guys to get clickbaits, but at the end of the day, there's so much more than just the player. It's attitude, demeanor.
Now, I know,
and cultures that has to fit with Montreal, right? So yeah.
I know you will make the occasional bet on a hockey.
I've been known to.
But have you ever played fantasy league hockey?
No.
Exactly. And neither have I.
No.
Because my fantasy team
is Montreal.
Is the Montreal Canadiens.
Here's my fantasy team.
What do I
Habs, check box.
What do I care about sitting back and saying, my team, I'm drafting Austin Matthews, I'm drafting Connor McDavid, and then I'm going to follow these guys who I don't really want to win or be successful, and try to say I amassed the most points and I won my fantasy league hockey team. And there are people out there who are on have multiple fantasy league teams. That has no interest for me. I mean, no, you and I, we kind of shut down after the Canadians were knocked out of the playoffs. We were kind of out. I mean, I didn't watch Final Stanley. I didn't watch Final Stanley Cup game.
Next morning, I actually looked at who won. All I wanted to know was who won. I didn't watch the games.
And so for me, it's like all these guys who are out there who are going, if we trade for this guy and we get this guy and we could put a package of, this draft choice with this player, and it's like, it's all hypothetical. To me, it's like, there's no interest in it to me. Like, it's like, yeah, I watched The Wizard of Oz last night. Okay.
I'd watch that. I like The Wizard of Oz.
But when's that going to happen again? It doesn't, it's not real. It's a nice fantasy. It's not real. What we're doing in Montreal is building something that's real. We're building that legacy. We're going to have a team that maybe wins 5 to 6 Stanley Cups over a 10-year period. That's what I'm looking for.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we're on our way to that. It's just a matter of tweaking this lineup. And that's what's going to be interesting about watching. Well, not so much the draft. I mean, there's a couple of draft picks that 28th. I mean, you never know. We may trade up. You never know what's going to happen.
Remember a couple of years ago, we were at the draft. We had a draft show, and we were sitting around, and we're thinking, Montreal's going to take this guy, and then all of a sudden it was like, remember, everybody was so afraid of taking Demidov because he was in Russia.
Russian, because of Mishkov. What happened with Mishkov?
He was Russian, and guess what? All of a sudden, he was available, and we took him. And I had a feeling that night. Remember, I said,
you said it.
I said we're going to draft Demidov. I just got this feeling. And it was like, I think it's one of the best things we did in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and Deeks jumped in the pool. He jumped right in the pool. He was so happy.
And so in that scenario, who knows what will happen in this draft? Who knows what the scouts have found? Who knows if there's somebody that they've talked to and fits like a New Hook or a Susie or a CC, fits our team like a glove, that is out there that nobody else is really maybe interested in, but we see something in.
There you go. Oh, that's what happened. Lane Hudson. Nobody took him. Caulfield. Nobody took him. Like those guys should have been in the top 5, maybe.
So there you have it. There you have it.
They're out there.
They're available.
They're out there. So, we're going to have to watch here. We got the draft coming up on Friday. I'll be watching that for sure, and we'll see what Montreal does if they trade up or trade down or whatever happens. And then we have July 1st, of course, free agent frenzy, which we definitely will be watching, but we won't be doing a show that day. We'll talk about it on July 8th, the next week. John won't be in because he's having his hip. He's a hippie.
Tragically hip.
He's got a tragic hip. That's what it is. Absolutely. So, le 12 de la semaine dernière, I think, number one, we got to give to Carey Price.
Price.
I mean, no matter what, he made the Hockey Hall of Fame, darn it.
He played his entire career with L'Équipe de Canadienne.
He did. Oh, no, he played San Jose Sharks.
Oh, did he?
Somebody said he's going to wear the Sharks jersey to the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Oh, people are so funny.
If he did that,
how?
He's not going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me announce right now, he's not going to do that. Please. But I would be laughing really hard if he did. That would be funny. I mean, they should probably sign him for a game and put him in just so he finishes his career in Montreal. That would be so cool.
Absolutely.
I think that would be cool.
I just don't know if he physically
can
do it.
Well, I mean,
I guess he could play
a period or half a period. I mean, the Zamboni driver played and won a game.
Play a couple of minutes.
Yeah, put him in there. I'd like to see him get a couple of pucks wrapped off him. The guy could probably stop pucks. I mean, big deal. Put him in, and he ends his career in Montreal. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't want him to get more seriously hurt.
Hey, there's always drugs to kill the pain until you feel better. So don't worry about it.
Who said that? Keith Richards?
No, him.
Oh,
okay. Kerry, he knows what he's going to take. The second at 12s, I'm going to say all the boys that are back in town, Demidov, Zarkowski, Suzuki, they're all on the ice. They're looking good. They're ready to go. This is a team that's together, and they love each other, and they have a good time with each other, and there's so much to celebrate.
Enjoy the ice. I hope today these guys are going around Montreal watching the football game in Vancouver with fans out in all of Canada.
I'm going to say my third star of last week are the pundits that come up with all these names Montreal's going to get. The only team they're interested in is Montreal and everything else because they entertain the hell out of me. Well, I love them all. I watch them all and I love them. And they make my job easier because I just come here and talk about what they talk about because guess what? I don't get in there and try to make these crazy predictions because who the hell knows? I'm under the spell of ETU. Expect the unexpected. Nothing surprises me, but I love hearing everybody's version of what's going to happen with Montreal because at the end of the day, we might not see anything happen. Hugo might stand pat and run it to the season, then decide where he's going to be and do something before the trade deadline in March. Who knows, right?
I think a lot of people are living in fantasy land, like I said. And so, people all the time are coming up with these ideas of who's going to be traded to who and whatever, because they need to, it's like, it's clickbait,
It really is.
If people have podcasts, they're trying to get people to watch their podcasts so that they can get more, views and more advertising revenue, yada, yada, yada. And that's not the game we play at Habsolutely. We love our team. We prop up our team. We support our team, and we're looking to we'll make conjectures, no doubt about it, but we won't make empty, thoughtless conjectures about what the Montreal Canadiens are going to do.
Yep, the only ones that know are Hugh and Go.
Only you know.
That's it.
Only you know, and I know.
You got any?
And Hugo.
You got
and
any?
Hugo.
You got any stars?
I have no stars because everybody's on holidays. Like, come on.
But we do agree on Carey Price.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's a great honor for Carey.
It is.
I mean, my whole thing is, it's like, everybody's got to chill out here. Like, hockey is not 24/7. Okay, it's it's maybe like 26. We'll call it. Okay. 20 hours, 6 days a week.
But we still got to say that it's pretty cool to have a guy getting into the Hall of Fame this year. That's pretty cool.
It'll give us another celebration.
And we did. We got to thank Carey Price too. Even though I'm not his biggest fan, that everybody knows that. I'm pretty open about it. But he did give me a lot of games that I watched. He gave me a lot of wins and a lot of hope. And he gave me a lot of hope. That's what he gave to me.
He sure gave us an exciting playoff run during
COVID. A couple times.
Yeah, but during COVID too?
Yeah, during COVID.
That was like unbelievable. Like that, beating the Leafs.
That was beautiful.
Gary, thank you for beating the Toronto Maple Leafs in a playoff round.
Yeah, where we get our kicks on Route 66.
All I can say, that's reason enough for me to put him in the Hall of Fame.
And on that note, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Remember, next Wednesday, we will not be here. We're going to be watching the Free Agent Frenzy, and I'll be back on the 8th. John's going to be in surgery on the 8th. Unless it gets postponed, he'll be here. But
I'm going in.
He's going in. He's going in deep. But so I will be here, though, and then the next week I won't be here, but I may do a little show from somewhere in northern Ontario, and we'll see about that one. But if not, we'll definitely be back on the 22nd with the show and see what happens. And, tune in, leave comments, subscribe to the channel. Hey, it helps the algorithm. It helps us get the show out there to more people.
We want to hear
comments,
from more. Yeah,
thumbs up.
We want more Hab fans to enjoy what we're talking about. We want them to participate by leaving comments and questioning us about our passion and love to keep the Canadian.
That's right.
Au revoir, mes amis.
My name is Paul Calamere.
Je suis Jean-Louis Filion.
We are absolutely coming to you live.
Je me souviens.
Coming to you live from downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, in the studios of 4680Q. We'll see you next time, and I can't wait for the draft of Free Agent Frenzy. I'm excited about that. I'm going to be watching it like a hawk. Not a Chicago Blackhawk.
Exactly, not a Blackhawk.
See you later, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Ciao, ciao.
A great draft day and a great Free Agent Frenzy. We'll see you later.
Go Canada, go.
Go Canada, go.